All right, terminally trying to make up for the lost business during the incredible foreign policy speech by her man and mine. Ann Coulter's on the line from New York, and I know you just watched the speech, Ann. I'm all tingly. How about you?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I'm just so sad I can't watch the hysterical foreign policy experts announcing it on TV because I'm talking to you. For any of you listening who did not hear the speech, you have got to watch the whole thing online or read it. It was, I mean, you know, the reason we love Trump is for his immigration policy. This would be a completely independent and separate reason to support him.
Right.
But why is he the only one, the only candidate, Republican or Democrat, who says, I'll put the interests of Americans before the interests of foreigners?
Oh,
That's
listen.
controversial today.
Of course, and saying if I draw a red line, I'll enforce it will be controversial today. On the other hand, to me, it's like manna from heaven. This is what I wanted to hear.
I've wanted this my whole life. It's baffling to me what a wild and fresh approach this is. There were so many great things he said, but one was when he talked about trying to spread Western democracies to people who have absolutely no interest in
Right.
being a Western democracy. Maybe we should put a hold on that.
Right.
And he says we're going to spread universal allies or universal values, but to our allies, to the ones who agree with those values.
Exactly.
That's going to be our stress, not trying to spread it to people who have no interest in it.
Hey, listen, those are exactly the things that we've been saying. It's going to be funny to see the dynamic in the national election, though, because it's good. He's going to make Hillary Clinton look like a hawk.
Yes, and an ineffectual, useless hawk.
Right.
I mean, generally,
She's the neocon. I love it.
yeah, she is. I mean, I loved that he went through her, and she was the one pushing for the intervention in Libya, and look at what that created. Not only ISIS, but the refugee crisis that's going on in Europe right now. All of these quotes, that's when I say refugee, that's in quotes, this stream of third world people from the Middle East into Europe. Europe is about to be majority Muslim, by the way. I don't know if you saw that yesterday. Yeah. They're going to be majority Muslim. Why? Because Gaddafi, among many people who do not share our Western values, I don't know why we need to take him out. He was at least, America's bitch at that point.
Right.
I was totally against that intervention. It was ridiculous. But he used to always, promise Europe, keep me in power, I'll keep them here.
Right.
Now that he's gone, they're streaming into Europe. It's just been a disaster on 8 million different levels. And Obama, he's sort of feckless and doesn't really care about anything but wrecking America here at home. It was Hillary who was pushing for a big foreign policy victory. Hillary, and I might add, our old pal Marco Rubio, pushing for that disastrous Libyan intervention.
That's right. Hey, listen, he touched on everything I needed him to talk about, the lack of respect that's been shown to us by other foreign powers, who he called our rivals, which I thought was interesting because that's what they are. And the global economy, they are our rivals.
Yes. Yes, and I loved him saying, talking about the foreign policy implications, obviously, of our immigration policy, including 9/11. He's right about that.
Oh, and when he went, one of the best moments for me was when he literally hammered Obama on the degradation of the Christian nation and leaving the Christians to die in foreign lands. I mean, somebody had to say it.
Yes. And a great country protects its warriors.
Yes. Well,
he's so good. He hit everything. I can't even remember it all. Everyone go home and watch this online, read it, and then turn on TV and watch all of these boobs in the foreign policy establishment say, oh, he doesn't understand America's place in the world.
Right, yeah. I can't wait to hear Fareed Zakaria on this. But, it's as one of my Twitter buddies said, a Trump presidency can't come soon enough.
Oh, I know. The only concern is, have Democrats, I mean, I hate to be a downer, but have Democrats already changed the country so much through immigration that no Republican can ever be elected? I don't think so, or I wouldn't have written Adios America. I think we're very close to the tipping point. Trump is our last chance.
Well, a couple of more governors like McAuliffe, and then we do have a problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's madness. But, just remind everyone you really got to vote. Don't assume, he's doing well, he's polling up. Do not forget to vote this year. And at least we'll know. Mm-hmm. At least we'll know. If even Trump can't win, then they have brought in enough of the third world, block voting for the Democrats, that the whole country's California, we can't win. We can move on and start talking about other things. As for this felons voting, laws against felons voting have been on the books since before blacks had the suffrage. So the idea that this is a racist move to prevent... No, the idea was, back even in colonial times, we don't really trust the judgment of someone who's committed a crime. Maybe they shouldn't be allowed to vote. It has nothing to do with race. And, you want to keep your vote, don't commit a crime.
Right. It's the forfeiture of your freedom. It's the forfeiture of your right to weigh in on decisions about government in this country. I mean, that's what criminality puts you into that category. If you don't want to have those consequences, don't commit crimes.
It is hilarious that the Democrats realize a large portion of their base are criminals.
That's kind of scary. Let me ask you a question, because this is something that's really been concerning me. What are all these guys who have never trumped themselves into oblivion going to do now with their radio and television careers? I mean, how do you cover the guy if you have spent the last 6 months literally, banding together the Mark Levins and the Glenn Becks of this country in a never Trump move?
Well, there are two possibilities. I was just thinking about this because I was noticing it on my Twitter feed. One way out of it is to say, oh, he's changed. I noticed this with people responding to this speech. I mean, it was a magnificent speech. I happened to have spent the weekend not rereading, I watched them live at the time, I have never read them, reading the transcripts of the Republican debates this year. Mm-hmm. This is completely 100% consistent with what Trump said throughout the debates, and I see all these people on my Twitter feed saying, wow, this is an all-new direction for Trump, and I'm going to have to take another look at this guy. So they will come up with some reason to say he's changed, they haven't changed, and also I suppose they'll say, oh gosh, Hillary is so much worse than I thought, and then of course there will be a few diehards.
Yeah, well, good. I hope they go into oblivion, like where they belong, because no matter
right now it's quite the opposite. I don't know if you saw, I tweeted out, when's the last time you've seen Michael Reagan on TV? I mean, I like the guy, but he's not been a big presence. He's in a way, he's the equivalent of Hillary Clinton. How did you get your start? My father was the president. How did you get your start? Hillary, my husband was the president.
Exactly.
You haven't really worked your way through. No, but now that television networks are so desperate to keep, 100%, 24/7, never Trump pundits on TV, they're going to be in for a while. Brand new ones you've never seen before, suddenly talking about politics. Do you never Trump?
Yes.
Come on our show.
Exactly. Oh my God. It's it's good to be us today. Anyway, Ann, go watch The Crazies and report back, man. You can call back into the show before 3 and tell me what The Crazies are saying, because I won't have the luxury of watching it till tonight.
It's going to be fun.
It is.
Good to talk to you on this wonderful day, Joyce
Always
Kaufman.
A pleasure. Ann Coulter. Get the book, Adios America. If you don't already have it, though, there's probably something terribly wrong with you. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.